I'm going to go now and give a very short presentation, and from there we'll go over to the painting. Okay. The traction of peeling bark. Well, and I welcome you this morning to this workshop. And any tree that has something unusual is always an attraction to an artist. And there's nothing more than the peeling bark that you have here on the presentation. Very popular in South Africa. I assume also in Australia as well. Let me just see where, click here, okay. Down there, okay. We also know these as gum trees. Part of the series is species is actually about, I believe, about 500 to 600 species of eucalyptus trees, and these are the blue gum trees from their color. And what are we going to learn? We're going to look at tree shapes just now. We're going to go and have a look at some the colors of these trees. I've got something exciting to show those that in a different area. Then we're going to have a look at the types of tree bark that we're going to go into. We're going to look at some leaves, the leaf patterns. The leaves and the leaf patterns basically go together. And then we're going to look at creating light effects on the branches. And the one we're doing is going to be an early morning, giving you those lighting effects. And then we're going to have a look at the saturated colors and how to use saturated colors properly. Then I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a little trick of masking. And here we come now to this tree shapes. Over here you can see there's a typical mature eucalyptus tree, gum tree. And what I've done is here I've made it into a silhouette, so you can see the basic shapes of the leaves, and each of them have got a very slight little curve in them. And the older ones have got all these separations through into that particular area. So let's have a look at the next one. There we have another type which is very, very spindly, and I've enlarged it here so you can see all the little branch patterns and stuff that come out. Still there's that little curve that is there. There's another one here of a big mature type. This is more like almost like a spreading chestnut type. There's look at all the little branches in between. And then notice that where you have the sun hitting the tops of the boughs, it's got like an orangey tinge that you have in some of these leaves. And let's go through to there. This one I took here the other day on our little morning walk. It's not far from where we are, about 5 minutes walk from my house. I live on the edge of Auckland, and we're blessed with a bit of a rural area right next to us. And here, this is not a very old one, but there you can still see lovely patterns. Very nice tree to paint. Right, here we come to some colors. This one on the right-hand side here, that's just to show you the type of rough bark that doesn't peel at all. And on this side here, we have this with a very smooth and little bits of peeling and markings. And it's this type that actually gives you the name of a blue gum tree, because sometimes this color in here does have like a blue steely gray color. Right, here we come to the Eucalyptus saligna, which is a one that we have normally have in South Africa when I was there. And they grow very tall. The record height, as you can see here, can go right up to 80 meters. You know, that's about what, 8 stories high. And many years back I had my caravan parked under one of these that were easy 70 meters high, and when the wind's blowing and those trees are at an angle, it is frightening. So let's go here, right. Here we come to some real beautiful ones. It's called the rainbow eucalyptus. Just look at these lovely tree colors that are here. Just right for making abstract paintings and things as well. Let's go to the next one. Look at this. Look how beautiful these are. You can see from here, it's the natural colors of there. And if you Google this, you'll find there's a tremendous amount of other types of colors and ranges and stuff. And I've never personally seen one of these, and I'm really fascinated by them. Right, this is the other one I showed you just now. Another one also here. We'll be starting to give you some of the younger tree. This bark hasn't really started to peel off yet. This is just a young one, not far from where we are as well too, just for illustration purposes. Here we start having one where the bark is starting to blister. It hasn't started to peel off yet, but you can see there's some of the smoother bark underneath. There's another tree that has already started to peel off, and you can see there we already start getting some of the bark, and here you can see already hanging on the branches. There's another type. Just look how this one starts to peel off in long, thin strips, real scraggly. Look at this. Just look at all these. Try and paint that as a nightmare. Another type of the very old bark. And I've had some of this bark in my studio to show the colors and stuff, but this integrates so fast, it is unreal. But still, there's an idea, the real close-up of some of the other types of bark. Here is the one most loved by artists. You can see now, look at all this peeling. You can start seeing the orangey color coming through there. This is also just not very far from where I stay. Now we're starting to come into the type of trees that we'll be looking at just now. There you can see some of the bark. Look at those lovely red and reddy orangey colors. This is the one we're going to start painting, is this type of tree here, where you have this been peeled off already, and down the bottom you have all this dark old bark coming in. And this is the tree that is painted mostly, especially in South Africa. Now, when it came to the colors, don't be too hit up and not using, getting the correct yellow, whether it's cadmium yellow hue, or cadmium yellow deep, etc., or you haven't got the right red or orange. Just look at the range of colors in here. There's not one tree that is exactly the same as the other. So whatever you use is going to be correct. And look at all the bark that's lying down at the bottom here as well. Here we start seeing some of the leaves. This is just a real close-up into a big tree. And look how small the leaves are. Don't get hit up and try to get all the leaf details and stuff. Because as we zoom out, you can see that you're starting to lose all your details. You're starting to see just shapes. And it's the shapes that count. There we, even zooming out a bit more. And here, if you try and paint those leaves, well, good luck to you. I don't. Right, now we come to saturated colors. Saturate means just to fill up or soak up. Like if you take a sponge and you saturate it with water. In other words, you get the maximum quantity that can be there. Then we get the strong, also means your strongest colors. It means your brightest colors. And where do these saturated colors occur? Well, let's have a look. We go down. There we go. Just now we'll see them on the palette. I'll show them to you. Those are your chroma colors straight out of the tube, your primary colors, and then obviously in nature, where you get all the colored skies. And this is my palette that going to use. I'll be using cadmium red, cadmium yellow, ultramarine blue, and titanium white. Today I'm going to use just those three colors to show you that you don't need 10,000 tubes of paint to do nice paintings. Now we come to something very interesting, your sky saturation diagram. Early in the morning and sunrise, I don't want to go too deeply into the use or the frequencies and through the atmosphere and all that, but as you early in the morning, you get this very red sunrise, and then it turns to orange, goes to yellow, and then goes to a pale yellow, and your yellow ochre color skies. Now this here has been opened up quite a bit, because this happens quite quickly early in the morning, but it is there during the day. But the sunlight itself tends to burn out all the other colors, and at times you will have it. So that's why you never should paint absolutely white clouds. That will only look very white in the middle of the day when you have here all the washed out colors. So the best time to take photographs and paint is here early, in the early morning hours up to your normal tea time. I can't give you exact what time it is, because it depends on your part of the world. And sunrise, when sunset, just goes through the other way, all the way down. Now these here are all your saturated colors. Right, I'm going to be using a masking technique, which I'll show you just now. Then ready to start, I'm using a 16 by 20 canvas panel. I've got a hardware brush, a few bristle brushes, rigger brush, painting knife, masking tape. Unlike Nolan, I use medium fairly often. The only reason for that is that I like my paints to dry very quickly. And then, of course, you can use oils or acrylics. It doesn't matter with this technique. I've used both for them. Cadmium red, as I said, cadmium yellow, French ultramarine blue, and titanium white. Okay, I bet the adrenaline now is really going. So I think what we should do now is let's get started. There we go. So, right, I'm sure you're all ready to go. So what I've done, where did I put that painting now? I had it here just now. Oh, there it is, right over there. And that's the one that we're going to be doing today. Roughly the same. I did that just the other day as a trial. And there's no drawing involved in this one. So let's get going. And I'm going to be picking up my masking tape. Let's get the end of it here quickly. It disappeared. There it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do two little lengths quickly. And I'm going to mask out the trunk. So I'm going to put that here roughly in this third. I'm giving it a very slight inward twist. Very slight in there, like that. I'll turn that over just now. Take the other one. Now what I'm going to do at the top where I'm going to put it sort of just slightly over there, and then I'm going to bring this one, you can see, a little bit wider down the bottom, so that it gives you the tree as it grows. It's broader at the bottom and gets narrower as it goes up. And this is tilted inward ever so slightly. The reason for that is you want to keep your viewer into the building, and as you look up into the tree, you also get that perspective look up. If you had it tilting this way, it'll take your eye out the picture. So let me just get that quickly down there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to first do the sky very, very quickly, and then we're going to have these misty effect coming in. So you can see that misty mountain at the back, this little misty trees, and as we come closer, we come into the more saturated colors. So I'm going to take some white. I'm going to do quite a bit here. And then I'm going to take a little bit of blue into there. Okay, let's put that there for you. You can see what I'm doing. Then I'm not getting it too blue. I always tell my students, if you want a light color, think white. Light, think white. In other words, put your white down first and then add your other colors into that. Otherwise, you're going to, if you put white into that for argument's sake, then you're going to end up with a big mound of color that you're going to waste. So I'm going to put that into there. I want to put a tiny little touch just to offset that bright blue. See, I put such a tiny bit there in it, and what happened? Almost a bit too much. So I'm going to put a little bit more blue into that. Okay. So I'm at a bit of an angle here, so I'd like to put a little bit of medium just to get it tacky quickly. Okay, there we go. And put some more white into that. Right, now I'm going to come on the top and then I'm going to start painting quickly. Just going to scrub that in very quickly. Sorry? Which painting?
Put your canvas on the easel.
Oh, the palette.
The canvas.
I'm sorry, I'm not with you. Okay. Let me just get the top here. I'm going to go straight over the masking tape. At the moment, I'm just sort of just scrubbing this in, and I'll smooth it off just now. I just want to get the thing covered. I need some more white. I want to just bring some more white and lighten the area down so I get that canopy effect where it's dark on the top and gets lighted down towards the horizon. So let's put some more of that in. I'm going to bring that in down, and I need lots of white. I think I've got it down far enough now, because now I'm going to be doing the little mountains at the back. So what I do now is to smooth that off nicely. Instead of doing this and scraping it, I lay my brush flat and then gently just run that right across the top, and that smooths that sky very nicely. So I'm going to smooth that out. So I'm not trying to get too much of the color variation out. I just want to get some of the very strong brush marks away. Across there. There, like that. And then I can take a little bit of the white and give it a little bit of a misty cloud effect. Don't know if the camera's picking that up. Can you see it, that misty effect from there? Sort of, okay. Just to give you a bit of a misty haze, as it were. Maybe I'll just emphasize that sort of hazy cloud there a bit. And it's not pure white because it's merging in with the blue. Okay, now I'm going to mix the colors for the mountain.